got the X, I got the X. Maybe you thought you won, but I'm still undefeated.
Hey guys, just before this video starts, if any of you guys are looking to buy or sell any cheap Rocket League credits, blueprints, items, basically anything you want, AOEAH is a third-party website that buys and sells Rocket League items. If you want to check it out, use the link in the description and use code XYZ on your checkout for 6% off your order. Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. I know this video is delayed because I wasn't around when the Rocket Pass first came out. First thing we got to do in today's video, let's check in a supporter creator code. Let's support the homie today, the Dr. Prof. That's Prof. He is the burnt sienna king. He's a Trade Central middleman. He's done a lot for this community to help keep everybody safe. So I chucked in his code, and yeah, I'm getting the Rocket Pass today. But we're not just gonna be looking at the basic tiers that I buy. That's not what we're here to do today. You guys have seen the title. You know what we're here to do today. So we are going to be looking at, well, at least I'm going to be looking at, I don't know what you guys are going to be looking at, all of the wheels, all the inverted wheels in their best colors, the boosts, the goal explosions, pretty much everything there is to this new Rocket Pass. And I'm going to be kind of giving you guys my 2 cents about every item we take a look at. Some of these I have seen before, some of these I haven't. So yeah, we're going to take a look at everything, and I'm going to give you my 2 cents about what I think has potential to do well in the long run and what is most likely going to end up being just normal Rocket Pass items. Like, I'd say usually each Rocket Pass we get maybe 1 or 2 items that do well long term, like for value, but most of the time Rocket Pass items don't do that well. So that's why I wanted to take a look at all of the best and brightest items that maybe have a shot at being a good investment in. Alrighty guys, so we have the Ruinator inverted on. As you can already see, this is the black variant. You know, when I first saw this, I thought, okay, this is kind of clean, it's kind of cool, but I don't think it has enough to be like a really good and expensive item. I really like what they did with the tread, with the, I guess you would call it an animation on the tread with all the spikes sticking out, but I think it's such a subtle animation that in game you're never gonna notice it. It's not that cool of a wheel in game. Like, sitting in a lobby, yeah, it's cool, the animation's awesome, but in a game it's not gonna be all that flashy. It's not gonna be something that people are like, wow, is that a black Ruinator? It's just not something people are gonna freak out about, unfortunately. And now let's slap on titanium white. Now this does look pretty cool, very promising. It looks very bright, but I do think it's going to be very similar to the black in the sense where the animation, you're not going to notice it in-game because, I mean, it's not flashy enough. It's not anything crazy enough that you'll notice in-game. Like Draco treads, those are super bright. You'll notice those in-game. A few spikes sticking out of your wheels, you're not going to see that when you're playing the game. That it's not flashy enough, I don't think, to be the next big thing. Alrighty guys, so next we're going to take a look at the tanker. As you can see here, the infinite tankers. I don't know how to feel about these. These feel like infiniums but worse. Unfortunately, I don't really like the feel of them. The treads are cool, I'll give them that. The treads, I like the infinite special edition being like kind of on the treads, like where the holes just go in forever on the treads. I think that's a cool addition. I don't know how I feel about the rest of the wheel. I don't know if black actually exists, because I know Bacchus Mod in the past has, you know, let you put in items that don't actually exist, like black infiniums, for example. You can use them on Bacchus Mod, but they don't actually exist in the game. I don't know if these exist in the game. But regardless, I don't think these look cool at all. Just not trying to be harsh. I just don't think it looks very good. But titanium white, I think, you know, at the end of the day, it's a titanium white infinite wheel. It's special edition. It's gonna have some value no matter what. I just don't think it's gonna be a super popular wheel. I don't think it's gonna be the next big thing, pretty much. I just don't see these wheels, you know, being super valuable in the future. I believe the next wheel we're going to be looking at is called the Haunted Haas. Yeah, okay, let's take a look at the titanium white first off. So these actually have a really cool animation on the tread. The actual rims themselves have pretty much nothing going on. So these are purely based on the treads. And I want to take these into free play to see for myself, you know, in a game, like in a game situation, are these going to be all that flashy or no? Okay, so it's cool. I just, for the titanium white variation, I don't think it's bright enough to be like super flashy. The animation is really cool. I like that. But I think when you're driving around, the animation doesn't really do much for the wheel because your wheel is already spinning so fast. So the animation of like the fog or whatever it is spinning around your tread doesn't do much. So for that reason, I don't think these are going to be worth a ton in the future. Let's take a look at some other items. Okay guys, so I'm looking here in the Rocket Pass, this Heat Lightning limited animated decal. Even if this can come painted, I don't see this being super cool and crazy anytime soon. It's just not a great, awesome decal. That's just my opinion on it though. Let's take a look. Okay, oh, this is specific for the Outlaw, the Martian Wind. Now this decal actually might be pretty cool, but I don't know how well the Outlaw is going to do in the long term. I just don't think a Rocket Pass car exclusive decal is going to do well long term. I mean, who knows? Maybe this car becomes the next Octane. I don't think it will, but who knows? Let's see. Timeline. Ooh, okay, so this boost looks very cool. Let's take a look at the painted variants of this. Okay. What was that called? Timeline? Okay. Trail. Timeline. Where is that? Oh, am I under... Oh, I was under trail, not boost. Timeline. Should be around here. There we go. Okay, timeline. First, let's just take a look at the titanium white, because if this boost is going to have anything valuable, it's going to be the titanium white version. Ooh. Okay, I want to see this in training. I think this could have some potential long term. Let's take a look at this in training. This is the first item I've seen so far where I think it really could. I don't know. I think it has little to no sound, so I would argue this boost for starters has a competitive advantage based on just the fact that like there's little to no sound. So opponents might not hear you if you're sneaking up on them with boost. And that is big. Audio keys are a huge factor when it comes to like knowing where your opponents are around you if you can't see them specifically. Like if someone's coming to blindside you with a demo, you know, you're gonna hear their boost. But with this boost, they might not hear you. So I think for that reason, this item has good potential. And then it also looks kind of cool. I wouldn't say it's anything like absolutely crazy, but I do think it looks kind of cool. So I think this boost has some potential, and you know, if these titanium white boosts by the end of the Rocket Pass are around like maybe 100, 200 credits, whatever, I might pick up a few. That's just my personal opinion on it though. Alrighty guys, so now we're going to take a look at the titanium white Tarnation trail. Now, this I actually think could have some good potential. I don't think, you know, a trail is ever going to be super expensive. I mean, the Laser Wave 3, to my knowledge, is still pretty affordable, and that's, I think, the best trail in the game, the titanium white Laser Wave. I don't think there's a better trail than that, but I think this one is going to be pretty good. I don't think it'll be, you know, skyrocketing in price, but I do think it is definitely a good item to look out for. It might be an underdog right now, and who knows, it could go up in price over time. This is just one I'd say you should look out for it, see what it's doing, and if the price starts to go up, maybe buy one before it gets too late, because I don't know. I mean, Rocket Pass items are very weird. It depends on what tier you get them at, because if this is, say, an item you get at, like, tier 500, there are going to be a lot less out there than an item you get at tier 80, for example. if that makes sense to you guys, because a lot less people get up as high as 500 as the people that do to get to 80. So if this one is a much higher Rocket Pass level where you unlock it, I would say it might be an opportunity there. I mean, and that goes for any of these really cool items that just happen to be at a high tier. I haven't looked at when some of these titanium white items drop, but I could imagine there are some that people might try to monopolize. Okay, guys, so we're gonna take a look at the Black Yeehaw now. So I would say all of the different Yeehaw colors, which is the Gold Explosion, have a good chance of doing well. I mean, you just saw the black one. Here's the titanium white. Let's take a look at Crimson. I just think all of these have a good shot at being very popular. Mainly because, if you guys may or may not know, the antenna, or not antenna, the hat, where is it? The foam hat, where is it? There it is the exact same as the hat in the Gold Explosion. So I would say it would be a very cool combination to have, like, say, a titanium white foam hat on with the titanium white Yeehaw, just because I think that has a good shot at maybe doing something long term, the titanium white Yeehaw, which, that sounds weird of me to say, that a Gold Explosion, where it's just a guy doing finger guns, is going to potentially go up in price over time. But yeah, I think of all things, the titanium white Yeehaw, or maybe even the Crimson or the black, have probably the best chance of doing really well over time. If people start to really like this Gold Explosion, I would say foam hats, painted foam hats, might even go up in price just because of the fact that it's the same hat in the Gold Explosion. So people might try to make a matching set, if that kind of makes sense. So yeah, those were my 2 cents on all the new items. I know I didn't cover all of the new items, like the car, for example. That's just because I don't have it unlocked, so I can't really look at it too much. But I mean, Rocket Pass cars never do well long term. Even the first one that came out, which would technically be the rarest by now, or looked at as like one of the more vintage items, it's not gone anywhere. I don't think any Rocket Pass car will ever shoot up in price anytime soon. But yeah, I hope you guys appreciated my insight on what I think is going to happen with the market and which items I think are going to do the best. I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace out.